You're a psychopath, dude. You really are, man.
I mean, I deal with what I deal with, Jesse. I'm not.
I mean, I'm glad you do, dude. I wouldn't have the stomach for it, man. I really couldn't do it.
I mean, you don't have a lot of options. You deal with fucking
True.
Your situation. I mean, you've had some of that recently, right? Like
What?
you're just like dealing with relationship issues and shit like that.
Yeah, totally, man.
Because at the last time you came through here,
I was in a long-term relationship.
yeah,
Yeah,
and now you're back to being single.
I am. Yeah.
How's that? Well, wait, aren't you seeing somebody? I heard this week you've been. I mean, there's
What are you
always.
saying? What do you say? What do you hear?
What do I mean, I see enough. You always got like, you pull some women like you, and I don't know what else you do.
I date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Don't you?
probably not like. It's just difficult. Like having like, I don't know. The balance is tough.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. People are averse to it, but I like bring dates to open mics and stupid shit like that.
How
Like all the time.
Why do you?
Because I got to
that?
do shows every night. Like, so I practice stand-up or improv at least 7 or 6 nights a week, at least. So
Why?
with that being an unwavering, like I will not like compromise on that. So given that constraint and given that I still would like to date, how do I make that work? Well, the only way is to intertwine the two.
Why do you feel like you have to do that 6 nights a week?
Because I'm trying to get better at a skill. And when I try to get better at skill, I remember thinking this real early, like back when I used to play RuneScape and back when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Dude, I was just like,
I can't believe that that just came back into this conversation.
it's relevant, dude. It's very relevant. I don't have any natural ability to do anything. I'm like very just not naturally good at stuff. I remember going through like school and stuff, and there are people, I could see naturals at sports, I could see naturals at school, and I remember thinking I don't have any of this. But I do have one thing that I'm proud of and one thing I'm good at, which is just working dumb and hard. I'm not even that good at working smart. I just like throw hours into something, and then it tends to work out.
I disagree with that first statement, though.
What? Which one?
That you don't have any natural abilities.
I don't. As far as I can tell, what do you think it is? I don't see.
I
anything.
think like when you take that like dumb and hard work mentality out of the equation for you, you are actually like, I mean, you helped me a lot early on in comedy. Like it was without having you be a presence for me, I would not have probably stuck with this because it just was like, it was an example, but it was also somebody that never brushed me off. Like you have the ability to like kind of anybody that comes up to you, speak to them. Like it's not like levels to it so much. Like I never felt like you were being an asshole.
Dude, this is such a good compliment. Thank you.
But it's kind of a skill too. Like it's having the right mindset and treating people equally. Whereas, you know, there's a lot of people in this space. It's so funny to me the ego where it's like, no, I'm not going to talk to you. Whatever.
I hate
like,
it, dude.
They're
I hate it
A,
so
they're
much,
not
man.
funny, and B, they suck at this. Like,
dude, it's just not, and it's also not a good, even if that person is optimizing for their own best interest, it is not the best strategy to use because it can only help you to be kind. I don't understand it, but it is a skill. Mm-hmm. Similarly, it's not a skill that came naturally to me. I'm just out here observing what people I admire do and what people I don't admire do. I notice this trend that people I admire and that tend to do well, they tend to give pretty freely and openly, and they don't view themselves as higher than other people. Like I'll joke about it. Like some people don't. I mean, I think you understand me because I think arrogance is funny,
mm-hmm.
and that's like sure, like that's like a stylistic preference I have sometimes, but I don't think of myself as better than anybody.
I do. I think this is weird to like dissect you together,
dude. I'm here for it, dude. Because your read on that thing that means a lot to me, dude. So thank you for saying that, and it just feels like a good compliment.
Yeah. No, it's. I know you play into that arrogance. You have some arrogance to you. Like you have some confidence, and I mean, there were literally you play into it. It's almost like a character.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. But like the pictures of you flexing with your shirt off.
20. Like what?
If I asked you to take your shirt off right now, would you do it?
No, not a chance. No.
You didn't do it yesterday at a show,
dude. Okay, here's the thing about that. And I'll admit it. They got me, dude. They got me because they orchestrated a plot. They orchestrated something, and they conspired against me.
Well, tell the story.
They conspired against me.
Who is they? What?
Reese Green, Jack Slattery conspired against me. Nick Dundas too. Throw that fucking asshole in here too, okay? I'm taking you all down. They conspired against me because I beat Jack Slattery in a roast. Wipe the floor with him, okay? Jack, you never stood a chance. Love you.
He's coming here in about an hour, by the way, so he can speak on behalf of this.
No, he did great. It was like neck and neck. He was great. And then the winner of that round faced the winner of Reese versus Nick, and Reese did this thing.
By the way, I hope people watching and listening know all of these people that you're referencing.
No, nobody's scum. These people. We love these people.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, let's get Jesse to take his shirt off because I'll like draw abs on my stomach. And so Reese was like, you should take your shirt off. And then Jack in the back goes, take your shirt off. He starts a chant. Yeah. And now the whole audience is like, take your shirts off. And there's a threshold where if enough of, and it was like majority of, if enough of the audience is like, take your shirt off and you don't, you have to do it.
Yeah.
You just do. I don't want to, but it must be done.
Yeah.
I'm not skilled enough to diffuse that energy in a way where I don't have to take my shirt off. Someday I will be, but today's not that day.
For sure, and I guarantee you that when your shirt came off, there were smiles on your face. Like
so you were accurate in reading that. You had an accurate assessment of me earlier. What is happening now is an inaccurate assessment of who I am.
I think that you might feel one way, but exhibit something externally.
I mean, it's interesting, dude, because I have pictures of me on Facebook, sure, of me doing like this amateur bodybuilding competition when I was 20 years old, dude. I'm 30.
Yeah.
10 years, dude? You don't think like people change over the course of 10 years?
Yeah, no.
I'm like a different man fundamentally.
We talked about it in episode 6 of this podcast. It was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies, you wanted to go through some of the cut video comments today. And like,
you did. You said
I said I watched the videos and you're like, we should go through the comments because they're funny. Or like uncomfortable.
I mean, it could be a cool game, but I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my buddy listened to that episode and you had talked about that amateur bodybuilding contest and that picture of you.
Right.
And he was, this guy fucking sucks. I don't even know how to respond to it.